little kids got the beat.
Yo, 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 Merry Christmas to you.
And a Happy New Year.
And a Happy New Year. We hope that you have enjoyed your family during this season. I know it's been probably a little different than years past, but I hope you just took advantage of the time with family and friends. You enjoyed each moment with them. You guys shared in gift giving and gift opening and some good food and just love, joy, and peace in a very, very chaotic time. This is your boy Zay.
And this is your boy Rashad.
And this is the Raw on Purpose podcast.
Yes, the Raw on Purpose podcast, because we are raw on purpose, because we are our raw, authentic selves, and we are here to help one another thrive in our individual purpose. And that's what we do here on the Raw on Purpose podcast. And first of all, I think we should just give ourselves and everybody a hand. We made it.
Yeah.
We made it into a new year. Woo! Because it's like the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2020.
We here.
We here. We made it. We're about to jump into 2021.
You know?
It's been crazy.
It's been one real 365 days.
Right. Yep.
Man.
It has been. And I know some people, life was normal for 2 of those months. But it's been, a crazy year for me for literally 365 days.
Yeah.
This year started off rough.
Right. This could be almost a lifetime in 1 year.
My God.
In line of events.
But God has been good. Life has been gracious. Okay. And we are here at this point.
All right.
So we would definitely love, do us a favor, like, share, comment. If you're enjoying what you're hearing, if you're liking what you're hearing, please let us know. You can follow us on our social media pages at Twitter and Instagram. It's at Raw on Purpose _, and that's RAONPURPOSE _.
Yep. Of course, Facebook, follow us on there as well. Raw on Purpose. Again, that's RAONPURPOSE. And of course, we are on YouTube as well. Just look us up. Same names, Raw on Purpose podcast. And we definitely are on there as well. So tap in on all of our platforms.
And then if you find us on Instagram, you tap the little link there, the little Linktree link, and it'll take you to our Spotify and other podcasting sites that we are distributed on. So yeah,
yes.
Follow us. Enjoy the content that we're creating. The goal is to help you connect the raw you to your purpose.
That's right.
This is where the raw you meets purpose, because we all have it.
That's right.
And we just sometimes need somebody to help us tap into it. So that's what we're going to do.
So that's all we're doing, about to do.
That's right. So yeah, as we said, man, Christmas was last week. Good times with family, friends, and now we prepare for this new year.
Yeah, we're crossing over.
New year. What's the thing they say every year? New year, new me. Right? New year,
how's
new
that
you?
possible? Does a new year make a new year? Does a calendar change?
Right.
Does a number just flipping up a switch just make you just like upgrade? Boop, 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 boop. Is that how that work?
Right. So today we want to challenge you. And the title of the podcast, as you can see, is 2020, No More, New Year, New You. 2021 should just be a renewed you.
An upgraded, renewed you.
That's it. Meaning you take everything that you've learned in the past, everything about you, and you just grow.
That's all.
Right. Just grow. You don't have to replace you with a new you. Just grow. That's it.
Just grow.
It's that takes the pressure off of you trying to just become something, honestly, that you're not.
I just thought about this, like a tree in the middle of this season, like the winter, has nothing on it.
Nothing.
It's a tree thinking, I just think I just need a whole new me.
Right.
The tree knows, okay, this is the season, and a new me is just around the corner. I'm just getting myself ready for a whole new me. I'm gonna have a whole new set of leaves and color and all this type of stuff. All that.
Right.
But we think we gotta throw, what I'm saying, the whole thing out and become this new person overnight for some reason whenever we cross over into a quote unquote new year, new season.
That's right. Because our last episode, we talked about don't throw away 2020 just yet as the new year comes upon us.
Right.
And we still want to continue it. Don't throw 2020 away. Just build upon it.
Yeah.
Right. Just let it renew who you are.
Yeah. Just sit. At least my recommendation. Just sit and reflect, and do a little. I guess you could say sifting. Take all those wonderful lessons. Because if you saw no lessons in this year, then I don't know what you was doing or where you was at.
Right.
Because everybody had a lesson to learn from this year.
Right.
It doesn't matter what level of success or what you didn't have or how much you gained or not. Everybody had some form of a lesson within 2020.
Yep. Last year, yeah, you should have been taking notes instead of just being like, "Yo, I can't wait till this 2020 is over with. It's gonna be a new me."
Right. Like, I'm just ride it out and just.
It's like, nah, it's gonna be the same you, just a different year. But if we just shift the mindset just a little bit to becoming a better me in a new year.
Right. Let's level up.
That's it. It's just this is chapter 21 in a world standpoint, and whatever year you were born, then that's I guess a chapter for you. But
Yeah.
you know what I'm trying to say.
Exactly.
It's a new year. It's a new
whole
opportunity.
New year.
Honestly,
year.
it's December 31st and January 1st. Really, it's just another day.
And it's like you're not the seasons haven't changed. You in the same
season.
winter. It's still cold.
Still cold. Still snowing. It's not like it's like hot.
Right.
I mean, unless you live in Atlanta when it could be 75. Because I remember one year I was playing basketball outside in shorts.
I remember that too.
T-shirt.
Yeah, that was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On New Year's Day.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you're still in the same season.
All right.
So nothing changes.
No.
Just
No.
the calendar goes from 2020 to 2021 or
Right.
2000 to 2001.
Just another month.
Right. I mean, we found that out in 99 when it hit
Right.
2000 and the world didn't end.
Right. Everybody was like, this is it, guys.
Right. That was 20 years ago. And now look at us.
And now look at us.
Right. I mean, I guess, we could think that the world's coming to an end because Corona, the COVID-19, has shut us all down. It's
Right.
And let's not make light. It has been a challenging year for a lot of people.
Definitely.
2020 has been a challenging
Yeah.
year. I don't think there's anybody around me that has not experienced some form of loss in 2020.
Right.
And so we don't want to make light in that, but at the same time, turn that into something that grows you. Right? If you lost that person, well, you be the legacy that they leave.
Yes.
You be that legacy. Let people see them in you. That's how you can represent them well, carry on their legacy.
Yeah.
Right? If you lost the job, this gives you the opportunity to be creative.
Right.
Because when there's great loss, it opens the door to great creativity if your mind shifts.
Yep. If you see it as an opportunity or a problem.
That's it.
I think that the mindset part was a big, in the perspective, was a big part for a lot of individuals because we had a year, of course, like you were saying earlier, we're not, disregard anybody who had a tough year, but of course some had the best year and some had the worst year. And of course there were definitely, real circumstances, problems, and world events at hand. Yet, everybody had both experiences.
That's right.
One or the other, or something in between.
Yep. And some experience both.
Yeah.
Some had great success with great loss.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And so,
It was a great year, great changes and transitions.
yep,
Yeah.
this podcast became a reality
Yep.
this year for us.
Yep.
So it's like you just look at it. I think we talked about that even in the last podcast. It's all about your perspective.
Yep.
How do you see a thing?
Yep.
Did you allow it to defeat you or to make you better? So again, we're gonna get rid of this 2020 new year, new me stuff. No, this is 2021.
No, we can't even
a better you.
Yeah, we can't treat this nonchalantly like another year. I feel like this is my intuitiveness, and this year, what I feel like is whatever it is that you actually, even if you're not even quote unquote serious, whatever it is that you say that you want, you're definitely going to be pushed in that direction, especially if you're not actually willing to do the work to achieve or obtain what it is that you say that you want to have or experience in this year. So prepare to be uncomfortable. This is not going to be a comfortable year.
Yeah, it's just gonna be a continuation. Honestly,
I think it's going to be a step up. I think that last year was a gracious prep year.
Yeah,
for what this year
it
could
was
be.
eye opening.
Yeah.
I mean, you just think of everything from this year. Like for me, it started off with the loss of my wife and I's first child.
All right, that's
We had a
rough
miscarriage.
start. Yeah.
Oh, that was tough. And then even me working doing Uber, I just wasn't even making what I was normally making at that time. So that was like I was stressed out about that. And then COVID comes and gets shut down.
Yeah.
So then, like, that went from making no money. But then what's crazy was that shut down. But for myself, I got an opportunity to do some work at the church and they blessed us. And I was like, oh, wow, God, this is unexpected. And then my wife lost her uncle. And then we moved in with my parents, which we were planning on doing before it happened. But it actually worked out to be a good thing that it happened. And, for us is like, okay, well, now that's one less thing I'm having to stress about because no income's coming. And then, it opened the door to some relief and unemployment stuff that, was a blessing. I turned from, just turned into some good things. And then my grandmother passed away, but then a few months later, found out that my wife's pregnant, created some businesses, and, still dealing with people struggling and friends losing people, people close to me losing people and just showing love. But at the same time, in the midst of all that turmoil, just a lot of great things have come of it.
Yeah.
Right? This is just because it was like, okay, now we got to adjust.
Yeah.
What do you see in the market that you could put yourself in front of and help generate some things for yourself?
Yeah.
That's how you got to look at it. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
this sucks, but what can you do?
Right. What can I do with what I have and where I'm at in a situation, in a circumstance that I'm in? What's the recipe?
Right. What's the recipe? And really, the recipe is just moving forward. Just if you got an egg,
that's all it is. Even if it's moving the needle just somewhat, as long as there's some type of progression forward in the midst.
Yep. So it's like, yeah, man, honestly, it was painful. January 2020, it's painful, but as we said, we are here.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
Ready to take on whatever 2020 brings on. It's like the memes we've been saying is like, we have reached what level 12 of Jumanji.
Exactly.
So now we're going to level 13. Or if you want to just say level 1 in Jumanji Part 2.
Right. This is Part 2 level.
Right.
That's all it is. It's the next dimension in the first stage.
That's it. That's it.
But
But yeah, so what are some of the New Year's traditions that you have, or what do you think are some popular New Year's
'Cause
traditions?
me, I'm not that traditional, but I know my fam. They have their traditions. Some that I wasn't aware of until recently. I was like, wow, really do that? One first thing I think of the top of my head is in order for you to be financially blessed, you gotta make sure you gotta make your black eyed peas, right?
Yeah, black
You
eyed
know,
peas, collard greens.
um, if a man's in the house or you have a man in the family or something like that, he needs to come into your house on the first day of the year with some money in his pocket. And
Now, now, does he distribute said money in his pocket, or he just has to have money in his pocket? Does
um,
does it matter where the money comes from? Could he go like
doesn't matter where it comes from,
right,
as
like
long as he comes in that house with money in his pocket.
okay? So
Yeah,
it's like I go borrow $1,000 from
literally.
somebody, and it's just like, hey, can you imagine that conversation? Hey, bro, can I borrow $1,000?
It don't even have to be 1,000. It could be a $1 or $5.
Oh, okay. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I was thinking big.
Yeah. Not that extreme. That's tough tradition to keep up with, right?
Right. Yo, let me borrow. Let me
Yo, I
borrow.
just need it for a moment, just until we get into the new year. I'm gonna cross over with it. I'm gonna get you right back.
I'm
Don't
kidding.
worry, it's that better thing.
Right. I was about to say, can you imagine that? Can you imagine being that friend that's like, sure, I'm gonna get it back on the second? Okay, all right.
Like, trust me, I got you. Like, I'm gonna cash back it right back to you. Like, right back.
Gotcha. All right, so $1 will do. Excuse me. So you just gotta walk in the house
Yep.
with $1,
Some type of money.
some type of money. Okay.
Yep.
All right. It's new.
Mhm.
That's a new one on me. I haven't heard
Yep.
that one.
And then talk about more traditions. Some people like to bring in the new year with the Lord. Go to church.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of us love to do that.
Yep.
Whether you go to church, 1 or 2 days or the whole year.
Right.
A lot of people like to bring the new year in that right way.
And then hit the club right after.
Yep, they already setting that up before they get to church. They
Yep.
making those plans like,
Yep.
where you gonna be at? Yeah, I'm gonna bring the year of the Lord, and I'll meet you over there at about 2-3.
Yep. Not even 2-3. I'll meet you over there at 12:15. Happy New Year. You pray and Happy
Nah,
New
because
Year.
the party really don't stop and start until like 2, so they gotta go home and
Okay.
kind of take the church off a little bit, unless they got their clothes with them and they pulling one of those,
Yeah.
straight to it,
I mean, honestly, I've seen quite a few people at church in their club attire.
Oh, me too.
So,
Yeah, they're like,
So-
ain't no shit in my game. This year is a party. I'm
Yeah.
just starting my celebration right.
right.
Okay.
And just to let you know how I know or what I do, I go to church and go home. So I don't know what time parties get started. I take that back. Because the last 2 years I was doing Uber during that time.
Yeah.
So, yes, the party does kind of get started. Or, or I would have to go and we'd have a party to go to. And so we go do that and then have to leave early and drop the wife off and then go drive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
those are some good money days too.
Oh, you already know.
Yeah.
You already know.
Ain't doing it now because
Yes.
taking no chances.
There's a lot going on.
A lot.
A lot of risks.
And people
involved.
drive crazy.
Already.
I remember one of the first times being out past, like going to church and going home,
Mm-hmm.
going to a friend's house, and it just smelled like weed and drunk people driving all the way around. That's all it smelled was weed and
You
just
smell
people
the
swerving.
intoxication.
Right. Like, oh God, let me hurry up and get home.
Yeah. I really don't be trying to be on the road at that time at all, because there's a lot of just belligerence and people just doing the most. And I ain't trying to be on all that.
I've
You
seen
know
like
what I'm
5 accidents, especially here in Atlanta, downtown. It's like, really?
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Yeah.
that sucks. That's a tough way to bring in the new year.
It's gonna be real down here this year too.
Yeah.
I heard they having an Atlanta against everybody thing, and they shutting down 3 clubs. Yes, we're still in a pandemic. They shutting down 3 clubs to be the ultimate city that's like turn up the most for New Year's. So yeah, this is Atlanta. Yeah, this is
They're shutting down 3 clubs.
Three.
Why not?
3 big clubs. Yeah.
Why not? Okay.
Yeah.
Are they partying out
No,
I don't even.
no,
You know,
no. It's
it
cold.
doesn't
They're
matter.
gonna be inside. Yeah.
It doesn't matter. All right. Yeah. So
All right.
those are
So
some of the New Year traditions that. Yeah. My mom. I don't know why. Okay. I don't know why. My mom does the black eyed peas, collard greens. I guess that's the significance of money.
got a green. Yeah,
Collard
gotta have the
greens.
green ready.
What is the point of the black eyed peas?
I, you know what? I still haven't found the real reason for those
I don't. Yeah. And then she does pig feet. I don't know why.
yet. Yeah, need somebody explain that one because
Yeah,
I don't know either.
like it's just been a tradition. Like, I mean, you be sitting there, go home, or we would go to church and we come back home and we just smell pig feet boiling.
Boiled pig feet.
Right? It's just
Sounds like a wonderful smell.
yeah. I think I tried it one time. I was just like, ugh, it's ugh. It's like all fat, no real meat. It's
I'm good and I'm fine. I don't need no swine.
oh
Mm-mm.
yeah. I forget what she cooked something for my pops. It might be turkey necks or something. I don't know, but just weird. It's weird.
So pig feet for a tradition.
Yeah, pig feet for a tradition.
Got you.
Yeah,
Got you.
That's very odd. I know. I know, and it's I try not to judge her, but it's weird.
Yeah. Like that kind of brings me to like the intentional part. Like, are we really being intentional with like our lives and really in this subject, like with our year? Like, I know we're keeping up with traditions and everything, but are we like truly, like intentionally, like intently, like in keeping it in our minds, like grounding in these things that we really say we want, like
Yeah.
putting a plan of action behind them and all that type of stuff instead of just like keeping up with what's been done over time. Therefore, we've been having the same results. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's a true fact. That's like, even my pastor, he was kind of torn with doing a New Year's Eve service because it's not biblical. It's cultural. Right? We know the reason why, because if you actually even pay attention, most other races do not do New Year's Eve services. It's typically black churches because the slaves waited till midnight for them to be emancipated, right? We know it was 1776 when the Emancipation Proclamation was signed.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it didn't take into effect. So it was like signed over the summer, but it didn't take into effect until the new year.
Right.
So the slaves or the enslaved ones would stay up till midnight to watch it come in, and then they would celebrate their quote unquote freedom.
Mm-hmm. Quote unquote.
Right? So that's where that came from. There's nothing in the Bible that says you got to be at church on New Year's, right? Because if you actually drive by, you look at some white churches, they're not having church.
Yeah, they're somewhere else.
Right. So it's a cultural thing. So that's another one. What's the intention of it? Do we understand why we do it, or are we just doing it because that's what my mama did?
Exactly.
That's what my grandmama.
Yep.
My grandmama had me in church.
Exactly.
And it can feel weird. I think 2014 was the first year I wasn't in church on New Year's Day.
Mm-hmm.
And it was different. But I got on my knees and I prayed the new year in.
Mm-hmm.
And then, it's crazy because that was the year I met my wife. So I didn't go to church New Year's and still got blessed. So.
Right. Point made. You still got blessed. You was still good though. You was inside of a sanctuary.
Building. Yep. Like Lord.
Yeah.
And hey God, I put
because you're the sanctuary.
Ha. So being intentional, and then many times we do resolutions.
Yeah.
And the top ones are: I'm going to make more money.
Yep.
I'm going to lose weight
every year.
And
quit a habit. Yep. Those are the top.
Yep.
Always the top ones.
Top 3. And the lose weight one, we typically find out who's real around February.
Yep.
If you're a gym, like I used to hate going to the gym in January. It was like all the equipment's used. It's just like, I'll just wait. You're not gonna be here in February.
Being a personal trainer has just been funny. Just down through the years, working in big box gyms and small, but definitely the corporate ones like LA Fitness. Yeah, just watching that year after year, seeing the influx and flood. It's like the WWE Battle Royale,
Right.
waiting for treadmills and
Yep. Yep.
people that have already been doing the work all year. They're like, man, I can't stand these people like all in my way. Like I can't wait for them to be gone. I'll be gone in a few weeks.
Yep. And like clockwork,
Yep, sure enough,
February
it just
comes.
dies right on that.
Yep. Yep. And then you have a few that stick with it. It's
Yep,
like, oh,
a few,
okay,
it's a small percentage.
small percentage. They real about it.
Yep.
They real about it.
Yeah, dedicated.
You know. So yeah, so that's do they work though? Are we intentional by making resolutions?
So I honestly think we just like to talk about it and have something to share with other people in a way sometimes, or to make it feel like we're accomplishing something new
Yeah,
for a new year.
yeah.
Um,
Or do people come to a realization that it's really not a new you? It is a new year, but it's the same old you. Could that be what it is?
oh, yeah, not too many people gonna admit that.
Yeah, that's a hard truth to.
Yeah,
It's like, new
yeah,
year,
yeah,
new me.
yeah. Let's take a moment, right? Let's take a moment.
Yeah,
Let's go back to January 1st, 2020. Okay, if you had any resolutions or intentions, right? Like, just go ahead and think, like, did I become
right.
that person I envisioned? Did I do that thing that I said I was going to do?
And if you hit one of them, celebrate that,
Hey,
please.
Yes,
Celebrate that.
one is better than none.
Yep. Yep. One is better than none. 'Cause
Yeah,
I was like, oh yeah, all right. I hit one thing. Oh,
Yeah.
I hit two. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. So it's like why do we?
Yeah.
That brings about another question about resolutions. Is like, why do we set them, and then why is it that we do not achieve them? I think a part of it is we find out that it's the same us in the new year.
yep. Definitely started answering this question for sure.
Yep. That's one of them. Another one is life just happens sometimes.
Life circumstances,
Yeah. Like COVID.
the inevitable that none of us saw
Yep.
coming like that.
Yep.
Yep.
I think that's some of that, and just even having poor mindsets, allowing some of the things to deter us instead of it making us better.
Yeah, that mindset part, like if your mindset didn't upgrade to the person you want to come, or the thing that you wanted to have or achieve, I mean that's pretty much it. You just never rose up to the frequency to walk in or attract that thing or that version of yourself, and that's okay. The thing is, the good part is if you realize that is the case.
Mm-hmm.
And now you can at this point, like, okay, taking those lessons, taking that from this previous year, okay, I didn't approach it as well as I should. I didn't really embody that thing that I said I really wanted to do. I didn't embody that business that I want. I didn't, really even start, on that book, that I said I wanted to write, So there definitely should be a different or higher approach if we want different results in
Absolutely.
this new year for sure.
Absolutely. I think another part is having goals that are really not attainable.
Yeah,
Because
realistic.
you haven't developed the character or
Yeah,
the discipline to
yeah,
achieve it.
yeah. It's like a lottery. We kind of make it sometimes in a way.
Right. Or we set a goal that's so big, but we don't have many goals that help you get to the big goal.
Yeah, they're just way too hefty, too
Yeah.
much. They're not broken down into small steps to at least give you confidence to keep working towards it, right?
Yeah. I think another one is a lot of times we try to achieve these things on our own
Yeah.
because,
Yeah.
we have a lot of people that say, I'm a self-made this,
Mm-hmm.
but in reality, it took a team.
Yep.
It took a team, and then also, it's always funny when I hear people say I'm a self-made this, that, or the third, but it's like, well, if your customers didn't buy it, so really your customers helped you. And I get what they're trying to say with self-made, and it's something to help pump up their chest. But it's like, but in reality, you need people.
Mm-hmm.
Now you
But
may have had the drive.
I was just gonna say, self-made. At least what I think they're saying is that they made their million even with it. You know, their team. They made it separate from these constructs and these systems, and that it's pretty much said you have to depend on us in order to make it.
Okay, so you take it from a system standpoint.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's what I've added up.
I can see that.
Yeah.
But some people that they don't have the system set against them still say self-made, and it's like,
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think they take that term for just that, and
yeah,
just think, and yeah, because and I think that's our secret sauce. In 2021, our collective success is us actually like working together more,
absolutely.
partnering, doing more things that involve community and oneness. Now, if you look at the climate of 2020, I guess you could say, the powers that be, their job was to divide and separate us as much as we could. I mean, if you can call it what you want, but it's in the CDC, you know, recommendations to distance yourself 6 feet away, right, from your neighbor. Um, and of course, a lot of people have not been able to, connect with people how they've been used to doing so in, of course, years past. So, um, even with that being said, we still need to use every tool, every form of technology, everything that we have to connect and work together. I think we will really be at our or reach our highest goals, and I think faster as well if we actually like work together as
Yeah,
a people, definitely in this year.
yeah, yeah. I mean, and honestly, with technology, there's really no excuse not to
None.
connect. So yeah, I think, and that's another thing that 2020 has taught us is that we honestly need others.
Yep.
Like we need people. We need the connections. As humans, we were created to connect.
Exactly.
Right? We
Exactly.
we weren't created to do anything alone.
No.
Because if that was the
Mm-mm.
case, honestly, none of us would have been created. It still would
Right.
have been just one person walking
Right. How
around.
boring is that? Right.
Right? How? Right? Like even the animals have people, like have pairs to connect with.
Right.
So it's
God had
like,
to expand himself and make a family. Like
right,
just me. Like I want to have an experience through
right,
many.
right, and not to mention he was still a part of the community. If we were to dive deep into that and take this in a religious turn, but he said, "Let us make man in our image." So he was already in community too.
Hey, that's one of
So
God's things, expansion.
yep,
So
and community.
yep,
God's big on community,
big community.
right? That's why He tells us to love our neighbors as we love ourselves, because God cares about community. He cares
Hmm.
about us caring about other people.
Yep, because that's the way we that's the best way we function.
Yep.
That's the
So
best
yeah.
way. Yeah.
So if you decide that resolutions or you have goals, make the goals and then make small goals that will help you stay focused, will help you keep from being discouraged.
Yep.
Because I think discouragement typically happens and it makes you quit.
Hmm.
But if you achieve little goals, you'll look up at the end of the year and achieve every goal that you set before you.
Yeah.
And then sometimes some goals are unnecessary. And you'll find out through the course of the year like that wasn't going to manifest because you actually shifted to a different thing that was actually better for you than what you thought. So I think that's another thing we can add. The reason why some people don't reach resolutions is because or achieve their resolutions is they're unwilling to be flexible in their goals.
You gotta have some flexibility in there.
Yep, and I'm not saying it got so hard that you quit,
Right.
right? I'm not talking about that flexible. I'm talking about like you were going hard and then you had to pivot because something else opened up that
Mhm.
still aligned with, like, again, with this whole COVID situation.
Yeah.
A lot of people had to pivot from
Yep.
doing live events to now having to shift to virtual.
Yep.
And they're finding that they're having more success that way than they were.
Yep.
So something's going to come that's
Yep.
going to make you shift, but it's to
Yep.
shift you to a better place. It's just, again, the
Yep.
mindset.
Yep. Let's keep a flexible mind going into this new year.
That's right.
Yep.
Yep.
Real flexible, because a lot of changes can take place. So don't be too fixed on one thing and put your eggs all in one basket. Kind of just give yourself room to adjust and to what I'm saying, move and groove and navigate through this year. It can and will be, if you believe, your best year yet. But like Zay just said, like taking it one day at a time and allowing for some room to really, to be flexible with it. If something doesn't work out, don't be like, and then just give out. What I'm
Yep.
saying? Just sit back, take back, look back at everything. Okay, like what can I do? What can I do? What step can I take towards? And that's what it starts, really. To keep going, that's what it really starts with, is just taking a moment to see, like, what can you do right here and now.
Yep.
Not what you've been blocked from doing.
Yep.
What can I just do now? There's
can-
always something.
Always something. Absolutely. And then, even as we transition to talking about what are a few things that you want to improve, right? So, you as listeners, like, what is one or two, three things that you can put energy into every day, improving about yourself?
Yeah.
Um, I believe we're going to share ours. I think you go ahead. What are some things that you would improve? Like, improve.
Like for me, I'm focusing on proving things that help me in the long run, not just like this year, right?
Yeah.
Something that's gonna help, really help me to level up and keep leveling up. So one of my things is definitely um, is becoming a master of myself through everyday discipline. So that means for me, it's like having a daily routine that works on discipline, and just something small, really nothing too overbearing. So that's one thing. Another thing for me is establishing and maintaining clear boundaries. Um, I think, well, for me, I'm doing that. It's important because I like to help, you know, everybody, but I can't help everybody, and I'm not Superman, and I can't do it all, and I can't be sane and do all this at the exact same time. So I definitely got to have very clear communicated boundaries and priorities. So I'm working on maintaining all of that as well. Like I said, the third or last thing that I got other things I'm mainly focusing on, and that's just um, really just working on my ability to really remain patient
Mm, that's
when
good.
things don't work out
That's
the
good.
way maybe I intended, expected, thought, pre, before that or whatever. So really, like, really just daily patience. Because me, I have like great patience for everybody, but sometimes I don't have enough for myself. So, so definitely for me, trusting the process more and just really, really having some really decent, realistic patience and not being too hard on myself, yet still holding myself accountable. So,
Those are good.
main things I'm really like working on. This is foundational stuff. So,
Yeah, that last one's
yeah,
strong. Patience.
yeah, that's
It's
key.
necessary.
Yeah,
Not praying for it.
I don't,
One thing you never want
as
to
they
do.
say, don't do that.
But developing it, that's important.
Yeah,
I think for myself, I agree with the first one with discipline. Um, just having better discipline from setting aside time to spend with God and in worship, um, and then even spending time with family, being a little more disciplined and not always feeling like I have to go, but to slow down some moments, some days, and just spend and enjoy them. Discipline how I spend my time.
Important.
You know, I made the decision this year. I'm gonna end every night by reading something, whether it's getting in my word or reading a personal development book, something that's going to help me become better. Setting my phone in the other room away from me, disconnecting from it, disciplining my eating. Just those small things, just being more disciplined in even decision making.
Yes.
I think the other thing for me is focusing on the small things, focusing on the details, paying attention to the details of things. With me, I'm a visionary, so I typically see the big picture, but I'll miss out some of the smaller details. So focusing on the little things, because the little things build the big things we see.
Yes.
So taking that time and just slowing down and focusing on those things, because that is what
zooming in a little bit. Yeah.
It leads to the longevity of a thing.
Yeah. Yeah, because sometimes we could be too macro and not enough micro in certain important things in life. Like, what am I missing? What am I missing?
Yep.
Sometimes we just need to get that focus in and just really kind of, go to the details a little bit. Like, that's what it is.
Yep. And then just consistency. Being consistent in something every day.
Man.
Right? And not
that
being
key.
and
That's a key.
And honestly being consistent in something new. Right? Keep the consistency of what you've already created, but add something, I'm adding something new to be consistent to.
Keeping that same energy in something new.
It's something new. Do the good, the bad, and the ugly. Because that's the only way you build anything.
Right.
It's being consistent. Doesn't matter what it is. That's how, you think about anybody that's done anything great. They did that great thing consistently. You think about Michael Jordan and Kobe's work ethic.
Yeah.
They're consistent in improving on their craft.
Yeah.
Any artist, anybody that's successful, like Warren Buffett, they say he reads 6 hours a day, consistently every day. So he knows what's about to come to where he can shift his money in the market. He studies stuff that happened years ago because he understands everything is cyclical.
Right.
Did I say that
cyclical?
Right? Yeah. That it's everything's gonna come back.
Yep.
Everything comes back. It's all it's a real. So it's like, okay, let me study what happened back then because I know it's gonna come again.
Yep.
How can I maximize what I have?
Exactly. That's a good mindset to go into the new year with, knowing that it is something that comes around. How am I going to put in a different energy this time around?
Yep. Because it's a season, just like, we have fall, spring, summer, winter. It all starts. If you start in summer, next thing that's coming in is fall. Next is coming is winter. Next is coming is spring. And summer's coming back. It's the same thing over and over again.
Yep.
You just have to make the adjustments.
Yep.
And see what you can add. So just those small things. I think if I can lock in on those and just consistently do that every day, and then not to beat myself up if I miss a day. Because if you miss a day and you beat yourself up, next thing you know, you'll look up and 3 months has gone by because you beat yourself up. Like, okay, all right. It's just like a star quarterback or a great quarterback. They throw an interception.
Right.
All right, cool. Next play, done. I did that.
You need to have great confidence on that next throw. Like
throw.
That interception never happened.
Yep. Anybody that makes a great shot, all right, I missed the last one, but I'm going to make this one.
Right. That coach would tell you, go shoot that shot.
Yep.
right after them, even after 2 or 3 misses.
Yep, because they say the worst shot you can take is the one you don't take.
Exactly.
So yeah, just those small, just
Yeah.
focusing on the small things. I think 2020 has taught us that it's the small things that matter. Because all the big things got shut down.
Mm-hmm.
It's the small things. It's the development as a parent. Right? What have you been missing as a parent in developing your child?
Yeah,
For
a
me,
lot of relationships were restored
Yep.
during this time
Yep.
because of that. The chance to stop and smell the roses and look at the details.
Yep.
And like you said, see things that really do matter. The things that all this money can't, fix, buy, maintain, or upgrade or whatever. But you have to really sit down and just be like, okay, yeah. Like I actually love my wife. I love my husband. For you wives out there, my children. You're an amazing human being.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They're like, wow, like I had this amazing person, in my house the whole time.
Yep.
A lot of people, yeah.
And even honestly looking in the mirror and saying, yo,
That person.
like
Yo, that guy, that girl.
I'm actually pretty dope.
You know?
I actually have value. I am actually valuable in this world.
Okay.
No?
For real.
So it's like, yeah, it's the big things don't matter.
Yep.
It's the small things, right? Because, we're so busy, but now it's just the fact that somebody called and said hello. I haven't seen you all year because of circumstances, but just hearing a hello. Like I think we're gonna, hopefully, we should appreciate our friends better after not being able to hang out with them as often as we're used to.
Right.
Appreciating relationships better.
Definitely that part. The relationships as in a whole.
Yep, because
Yeah.
it's been different.
Yeah.
So what are like those are the things that we should be that we should focus on in this year 2021. It's those things. The things that matter.
Yeah.
The things that matter. Pursue the things that matter.
Yeah. Because we got clarity on it in 2020. Now
Yep.
we know what matters and what doesn't.
Yep.
Now we got to decide how we're going to prioritize our life in that way.
Yep. And we have to drop the mindset we had last year and come into this one with a new mindset.
A fresh mindset.
Like okay, last year happened. We can't change nothing. Who will we become in spite of everything that happened to us last year? Who are we going to become? Who are we going to be? What is this chapter going to read like?
Right. What are you going to let your story just be written, or are you going to start writing a new story?
Yep. Who are you going to impact? Who's that one person that has been on your heart, that's been in your spirit, that's been on your mind consistently, and you've yet to reach out to them? Reach out to them. Just say hello.
Yeah.
Shoot them a text saying, "Hey, I thought about you today."
Yeah.
Right? Because that could be easily a resolution. Like, I'm just going to connect with someone that means a lot to me once a month or once every other week. Right? Instead of like, oh, my life sucks. Nah, like who can you reach out to?
Right.
Right? What's a new mindset that you could come into 2020 with? 2021 with.
Right.
2020 happened.
Have a real intention.
Yes, be intentional.
Not a resolution, something that you just kind of resolute, kind of hope, kind of put in the air, but something that you really put in your mind, put in your life, that you really put hands and feet to in some type of way. Should you dare, if that's something that you really, really want, a person that you really, really want to become and be, like, crystallize it. Don't just talk about it. Like, you have to really, like, be and be real about it.
Yep.
So yeah, that's we have to like Zay was saying earlier, like we have to really be realistic about all these things, really.
Yep.
So
And when we say be realistic, don't set the bar so low that it takes nothing to hit it. Challenge yourself
Yeah.
in whatever you set before you.
Yeah.
Make sure it's a challenge, because without a challenge, you will not grow.
Right.
The whole point of what of this year and what we're discussing today is just it's for growth.
That's it.
2020 was a year that if you allowed it to expand you, it gives you the capacity to receive more. We talked about that on the gift episode.
Yeah, go back and check that out.
Giving leads to more room, leads to expansion,
Yes.
meaning you can receive more of what God has for you.
That's right. Because the more he can get through you, the more he's going to definitely get to you because you become an expansive vessel that he can utilize to get things around.
Yep. Yep. So if that was the mindset you had last year, that you had to keep everything you got, let's try giving.
Let's open that hand so some things can come in.
Yep. If the mindset was, man, this sucks, nothing's going right, different mindset. Just say, you know what? It's gonna work out. It's gonna work out. It's gonna shift. It's gonna change. Change your thinking. Watch your language. This 2021 could be great if, again, you just shift your perspective. You take everything that you learned from 2020 and said, I'm going to grow from this, so that when you look up at this time next year, or the last day of December of 2021, you can look back and say, I'm better.
Exactly.
Just saying I'm better. You may not have reached the six figures that you were hoping for. You may not have gotten that new relationship that you were hoping for. You may not have even lost the weight that you were hoping to lose. But you're just a better person. Because all those things are going to come if you keep chipping away at it.
Right.
You just got to chip away.
That's it. Just a little chip away.
And pursue everything with the best that's inside of you. But grow.
Grow. Let the process grow you, because on a destination to anything that we want, we're being developed and prepared for that. Sometimes we try to fit everything into 1 year for some reason. Why? As if we are not going to have any years beyond it. It's like we try to fit every goal imagined in
1 year.
the next year, or maybe the next year. Okay, you like give yourself 2 years, but everybody wants to have everything big in 1 year, and it don't naturally work like that. Some things will just come the year after that, maybe a few years down the line. Sometimes it's there to you and also show if you are really committed to what it is that you said that you wanted and prayed for and confessed and all that type of stuff. So, our mindset definitely has to be upgraded, changed, shifted, upshifted in order for 2021 to be any kind of a different type of year, for sure. I know I'm going to be in this year focusing not on big change, but small change for myself. Because I know that equates to real change. When I'm just focusing on just small changes daily, small habits, is, as a personal trainer, this is things that I reiterate to my clients. It's just small changes daily that will equate to a big result of a transformation down the road if you don't quit and you stay committed and on track.
Absolutely. Like a good book to read is The Slight Edge.
Oh man, great read, y'all. Yeah,
Great
definitely,
read.
it's a classic.
And it honestly just talks about what he just said. Is if you do something small every day, it compounds into something great. It's like one of the stories he kind of opens up with is there's two sons, and the father's like, hey, you could either get $10 million right now, or I can give you a penny that doubles every day. And so one brother was like, yo, I'll take that penny that doubles every day. The other one was like, yo, I'm going to take that $10 million. And he blows the $10 million. and some time goes by, and then the one that blows it's coming to the one, and he has that much and more because he had the patience to allow something to double every day. He allowed something to compound.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes we don't need everything up front.
Exactly.
Sometimes we just need the little things every day. So if you work on that thing every day, they say a drip of, what is it, a drip of water
Exactly. Be like water.
will erode a rock over time.
Yep. Because that consistent drip and that focus, acute spot over time, that's what moved the shape of that rock. We all know how soft water is, but it's about what as they said earlier, that consistency and that focus and that commitment. And just in water, that's a key thing, key element, because you definitely, if you were like water in 2020 and you knew how to kind of adjust and reconform yourself and kind of like change your form, though you're in a different environment, situation, like if you're able to kind of just kind of adjust and kind of reconform and allow yourself to be in a different state per se, you were able to capitalize on some things this year in some type of way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So yeah, so as we close this out, just understand, let's not have the same old 2020 new year, new me. No more of that.
No.
We're getting rid of that. This is 2021, a better me. Right? Just a better me. I'm just going to find something small to improve in myself. Just going to find something small, and I'm going to work on that every single day. And when you look up, you will see how drastically different of a person you will become because you just focused on something small.
Mm.
I get it. We're in America. Everything is big. But what we miss is the small things.
Right. Let's commit to not just 2021, but every day
Every day.
of 2021. How about that?
Every day.
Not just the year in its name, in its number, digit order,
Yep.
but every day that is ahead of us from this day forward. Just commit to something small.
Every day.
Our lives will never be the same.
Never be the same. And then 20 or 5 years from now, you will look up and the discipline you created by taking every day and the discipline of just one day at a time, your life will be so much improved, so much better that you'll look back and be like, wow, man, that year made me better.
Yep.
I'm better of that. I'm better because of that.
Yes.
You can sit down with your kids and your grandkids and say, this is the year my life changed because I decided to take it one day at a time. And now I live that life every day today. And I instilled that legacy in you in taking each day and get better with something small every single day.
Every day.
Every day.
Every day. Treat it like your last and your first.
That's it. So I hope you all have enjoyed this episode. It was fun.
It was.
This was a good one.
It was.
It's good because it's just we're celebrating. It's a new time to get better.
Yeah.
And anytime you can get better, it's a great day.
Yeah.
It's a great day.
Yeah.
So if you have enjoyed your time with us today, please share us. Please like. Please comment. You can email us at rawonpurpose@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Any questions, concerns, topic ideas, anything. Let us know. Hit us up. We're growing our page, and so, thank you for going on this growth journey with us as we seek to be consistent. But yeah, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at rawonpurpose_. That's RAONPURPOSE_. You can find us on Facebook at Simply Raw on Purpose. And on YouTube, subscribe to our channel it's
Raw on Purpose
Robinson
podcast.
I keep wanting
Trust
to say
me, he knows y'all.
But yeah, follow us, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have some great things coming up this year.
Oh yeah, 2021. Stick with us this year. Yeah, we going all the way. We going all the way up. So
It's going to be fun. And then
yeah.
we do have a Patreon page that's going to be coming very soon. So just be on the lookout for it.
Yep.
So as we
Yep.
grow and develop and learn how to just, and again, our whole, if you got to know us in our very first pilot episode, as we could say, you got to meet us. We just really want to impact the world in any way that we can.
That's all.
And my boy, he's focused on helping you tap into the raw you, that authentic you, the you that only you can be, that you were created to be. For me, I'm all about helping everybody achieve their purpose, because everything that is created with a purpose. Whether we understand it or not, it still has purpose.
That's right.
And just want to help you pull out that purpose. And so that's what you got. You got the Raw on Purpose podcast. And that's what we're here to do.
We're here all year 2021, so and beyond. So yeah, keep tapping in with us, and you will also see us this year. I know we definitely all voice right now, but you'll also see us. We'll be having some video content and all that good stuff. So
coming up very soon.
Look for that.
Yes. So again, this is the Raw on Purpose podcast. It is your boy Zay.
And it's your boy Rashad.
Have a great, blessed 2021. Make this the best year of your life.
Yes, it's your years. Let's own it.
Let's get it.
All right, y'all.
Be blessed.